Gracie Phoenix with Afro-Deeziak TV, and we are chilling with Ogunlano music.
Ogunlano music.
Yes. Can you guys say that, like, pronunciate it for them?
Ogunlano music. We are Ogunlano music.
Okay. They're way better at pronunciation than I am. I'm American, so our accent is kind of, you know, strong. But anyway, yes, we are at 14th and Poplar Street. The name of the place is?
It's ACE.
ACE.
Arts, Culture, Education.
Yes, sir. In Denver, Colorado, and it's a beautiful establishment. I love it. They have all kinds of stuff. They're selling it for retail, like jewelry, clothing, you know, and art. And they also have classes and stuff available too. We'll add some information at the bottom so you guys can check out their website and see what they have going on. But you guys are visiting from
Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
From Atlanta.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So can you tell me a little bit about your music and your inspiration behind your music?
Okay, well, I'm Ogunlano, and this is my wife, London Ogunlano. Our music, what we do is called Orisha beat, and basically we took traditional Orisha songs. Well, Orisha songs are from Nigeria, West Africa, and Orisha songs are what we use when we worship some of the selected heads and worship our ancestors. We use Orisha music. So we created Orisha beats. So basically we fuse the traditional songs, the traditional music with modern music, such as bass guitars, piano, and you know, we jam out. And horns, yeah, you hear the horn. Yeah, the horn is well in there. So
y'all infused a whole new genre.
Yes.
Nice. And I heard Isu, how do you say it?
Eshu.
Eshu. There's no S in it, no H in it, so it kind of
yes, when you see that we put the dot under the S, and then I let you know.
It's a sh. Okay, yeah. So Eshu is how you say that, right?
Yes.
That's the name of it. So can you give me a background on that song? What does it mean? And
okay, so Eshu is one of the deities in the culture, in our culture, which is traditional Nigerian and West Africa. And Eshu is the messenger. He is the one that is responsible for opening or closing doors. And so in our culture, we, in every endeavor that we do, we want to make sure that we give salute and honor to Eshu so that we can ensure that we are successful.
Okay.
So Eshu is Coming is the name of the record.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just basically letting you know that Eshu is leading us and we coming.
Okay. So that is your EP, right? That's the first EP?
That's the first single off of the EP.
Yes.
Yeah. Next we will have a song to Oshun.
Okay.
And she is the goddess of love and divinity and fertility and beauty, and I'm sure everybody has seen Beyonce.
Yeah, please tell me.
On what was it? The Grammys?
The Grammy. I think it was the Grammys.
Was it the Grammys?
I think so.
Okay, and in her full Oshun regalia.
Was that what that was?
Yes.
Oh.
That was to Oshun.
Okay.
Usually when you see pictures of her, she's depicted, she is the most beautiful Orisha. She is depicted with gold because her colors are gold, it's brass, it's beauty, it's the arts, it's dance, it's song. And so I am a daughter of Oshun. I'm a priestess of Oshun for 5 years.
Okay.
And so her song, she's coming next after this.
How do you become a priestess or a priest in what's the culture? Is it
Ifa? And yes. So basically, comes through divination first. When we go to see the Babalawo, or that will give us our reading or our oracle, our destiny, to let us know what are we here for, what's our purpose here. And then from there you would know if you need to be initiated, become a priest or not. Then from there you would go into studying, you would go to learning as much as you can about the Orisha, about the ancestors, and about, when you learn about your ancestors, of course you're going to learn about yourself.
Right.
And then from there, the Babalawo will mark your head, what we call, that's another divination, where they find out what energy governs over this person. For me, it's Obatala. So then they would give me that dafa, which is like a reading or consulting the oracle, and then from there I go into my initiation. I went into my initiation at 8 years old, so I've been initiated for 22 years now as a priest of Obatala, a worker, a practitioner, a teacher, a student. You know, so from there, that's my destiny path. Then we get a thing what we call a ita, Ita is the reading that tells us, okay, now you have this initiation, what are you supposed to do with it? And then in our Ita, both of our Itas, that's where they told us about making music, about bringing the culture to the world, about reteaching our people who lost their culture, about reconnecting our people with their ancestors through entertainment. Because we know when we put the music out, it can reach the mass, it can reach a lot of people.
Yeah, that's the motto of my company, is actually bringing the world together through music. So, I mean, it fits the whole dynamic of what, you know, we're trying to do with Afro-Deeziak TV and, you know, with my company and everything. So that's beautiful. And I'm probably saying this wrong, but so you were chosen for music, right? So what if you weren't musically inclined? Then
usually your passions that are naturally God-given.
Okay.
It lines up with your destiny.
Okay, good. Because I was like, what if you were just
That's how, you know, you have those people who just can sing and never went to lessons or anything like that.
Right.
That's their talent.
Oh.
Or the kid that could just pick up the guitar and never had lessons. You know that passion is in line with that person's destiny.
That's why a lot of times, even when a person finds themselves lost, and even without divination, a person may ask you, what are your passions? What makes you completely happy? If it's not about making money from it or whatever, what are your passions? A lot of times your passion is in line with your destiny. So anytime you feel yourself needing to, you know, elevate, go back to your passions. If you like to draw, if you like to write, go back to that, because we have to take time for ourselves and for our spirit, because there's certain things that our spirit is going to do naturally and going to want to do.
And that's what's going to make you happy.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, that's what's going to make you happy and help, you know, spread the word.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So you guys are, what tribe? I know you guys are the tribe, but I want to hear you guys say it. What tribe are you from?
Yoruba.
Yoruba.
Yes.
Yes.
Yoruba.
Is that like one of the biggest tribes in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, yes, it is.
Okay,
yep, in Nigeria, it's one of the biggest, the Yoruba tribe.
Is it also part of the Bantu? What is it?
No, it's not part of the Bantu. A lot of times, where the Bantu tribe and the Yoruba tribe got mixed in together was actually in Cuba, because the majority of the Bantu people are from the Congo. And in Cuba, when we were all in the sugar mills, as the ancestors was in the sugar mills, they began to put their work together. The drumming was similar. The juju was similar. The ancestor worship was similar. And that's how we got that close. Yeah, with the Congo people, with the Bantu people.
Okay. So you guys are on tour in Denver. Where are you going next, and what is your plan for the future, and how do you feel like you can spread the music out there to the masses and to people who don't know anything about, you know, African or Nigerian culture, and, you know, what are your plans for the future?
Well, next we're headed to Seattle.
Okay.
We leave 6 a.m.
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Good luck getting up.
I know, right? So yeah, we go to Seattle next, and I can say, you know, ever since I'm one of the people who I've never had vocal lessons, or I didn't grow up in church singing. You know, I Whitney Houston.
Oh,
That's how I learned. I watched, I listened to everything, and so I knew ever since I was a little girl, I was like, I want to be this famous singer. I don't know how. But you know,
as long as you know, the how doesn't have to be there.
Exactly. So I know that no matter where I've gone in my life, that eventually it will bring me to this point, because this point is my destiny. And then being obviously connected with my husband, who has the same destiny, then it's the both of us. So this is a long-term project which we have been placed on, where I feel like for the people who have never heard of the culture, never heard of Ifa or anything like that, just listening to the records. Once you first hear it, you got to hear it to say, okay, I like that. Let me look at who that person is singing. And then they, all the time, this is how I dress, like all the time. So when people look to see who we are, and then they see our style of clothes, then it leads them to want to know more about, exactly. We're pretty prevalent on social media, and it wasn't on purpose. You know, since we've gotten together, before we even got married, we've you know, we like taking pretty pictures and being in love and all of that stuff. And we, you know, people have started to support us just before we even let out music, just from how beautiful our pictures are and with our clothing and stuff like that. So with the music, it's just another avenue to get people to listen, and then from there they'll go on to research just based off of what they see.
Right.
That's what we want. And yeah, we wanted to get as big as the God's had in store for us.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the name? The name of the religion again is, what is it?
Ifa.
Ifa. How do you spell that?
IFA.
Okay, Ifa. Okay. And is that in the Yoruba language too, or?
Yeah, that's in Yoruba too.
Okay.
Yeah, Ifa is basically our destiny. That's why I'm saying, like, really, it's not a religion, but you know, when they put in religious text, it would have to be under Ifa.
Ifa.
But yeah, it's just our lifestyle. You know, we work with nature.
Yeah.
We work with character. Is most important. Paying homage to your ori, so that way you can always, which is your head, so that way you can always be on the right path, be on the right destiny, do the right things. You know what I mean? So we work with nature. We work with the forces. We work with love. We work with peace, prosperity. You know, we work with spirit. You know, so.
So how did you guys meet, and what made you guys become one unit as far as musical collaboration of wonderfulness? How did you guys come to be?
So the first time I saw my beautiful wife, Ogunlano, I was in Atlanta. We was in a bembe. A bembe is a celebration where we pay homage to the Orisha by drumming, singing. The Orisha are the deities, the Yoruba deities.
Okay, okay.
So we pay homage by singing and drumming. Okay. When she walked in, I said to one of my friends there, I was like, oh my God, there's my wife. I was just joking though.
No, you weren't.
I know, right? And then, so the celebration went on. She came in so dialed up. I didn't know she knew nothing about African culture the way she did, you know. So it was at the end of the bembe, we started playing djembes and dunduns. Drumming, having a little jam afterwards. And she came out, we was playing kuku. She came out, she started doing the steps that go.
Kuku?
Kuku is a dance from Guinea, West Africa. And it's played with djembes and dunduns. You know,
those are drums, right?
Yeah, those are drums.
Okay, you gotta translate.
Yeah.
This
is a djembe here. Let's see if I can pull it up.
Can you play that too?
Yes.
Okay.
I play this drum too.
Okay.
This is a djembe.
Oh, I see those a lot in the drum circle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was playing the djembe. She came out, she was dancing. When she was doing the move, she was dancing so wonderful.
Aww.
So of course I go up to her afterwards and said, "Hey, I'm Odun." And then I asked her name, and I was like, "How do you know this dancing and all that?" She told me she's been dancing since she is 8. Her father's from Nigeria. Yada yada yada. We got dance class tomorrow. Invited me to the dance class. We hung out, went to dance class. Ever since then, we was, you know, we kicked it that whole weekend. Didn't see her for like 5 months. Ran into each other again.
Oh my God.
I was doing the show in Atlanta.
Okay.
Then I went back home. And it was the 3rd time we saw each other.
Okay.
We just locked in.
So he just stole her, y'all. Yeah.
No, she snatched me up. I was living in Florida. She came and got me and brought me to Atlanta.
Oh my God. I got it wrong, y'all.
And we never like technically dated.
I know.
Because we, you know, in our culture, in our lifestyle, of course, we got the dafa, which is the
where you consult the oracle.
Exactly, to see if your destinies are in line with each other.
Are we even supposed to be together?
Are we even supposed to be together?
We need that in American culture, y'all.
Yes,
a lot of us
I agree.
Yep. And so from the get-go, everything was absolutely great and perfect. And so we never dated. I went and got picked you up from Orlando. And brought that to Atlanta, and we moved in right away.
About a month afterwards, because her and her sister had a place at the time together. And then I went and moved in with my brother. He left, her sister left. So we had to move in together.
Oh my God, so it was perfect.
Yeah, and we started from the ground up together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. Can you tell me a little bit about, you were telling me earlier about the African village in South Carolina.
Okay, yeah.
This is for y'all out there who don't know. I didn't know, I just found out today too. He's going to drop some knowledge.
So there's an African village in South Carolina. It was started in 1970. It's called Oyotunji. Oyotunji. If you've never been there, if you don't know about it, Google it, look it up, visit there. It's still up today. We have traditional shrines there, a traditional king there, traditional queens there, chiefs, and this is, my parents was a part of that movement in the beginning. We're helping to establish and build the village. And this is how we got our culture and Yoruba culture so strong the way we got it. Because they made sure we was raised traditionally, that we understood the language, we understood our worship, we understood how to connect with our ancestors. So it's Oyotunji, African village. And that is one of the main reasons why there's so much African culture in America now. Is because of Oyotunji and that movement that our elders started in the, it started in 59, the movement, but Oyotunji was built in 1970.
Okay, so are there Black Americans associated with this?
Yeah, it was Black Americans that started. These was all African Americans that started this village.
Oh, I thought it was Nigerians that started.
No,
oh.
They started, you know, bringing in Nigerians, but African Americans started.
Really?
The first king, the founder of the village is Oba Ofuntala Adefumi. He's the founder of the village.
He's African American.
African American, yeah. He he traveled to Matanzas, Cuba, to get initiated in the Yoruba tradition, because the Cubans had preserved our culture and tradition for us on this side of the waters during the slave trade. They kept it. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, that's profound right there. You just struck me. That was okay. I didn't know that I didn't even know that like the Cubans or anyone else besides Africans would even bother to keep, tradition alive.
Oh yeah, because a lot of them, a lot of the Yoruba people, a lot of Yoruba people was brought to Cuba, and the reason they was able to stay alive there is because the people there are Catholic. So that's where Santeria came from. It was born because they used to hide their Orisha behind the saints. They will hide. So if you have Santa Barbara, they will put Shango behind it because the same colors, and they was able to keep their shrines that way. And that's how it stayed alive there. Where here in America, most of the people was Baptists and all that. They had no way to hide it. They didn't have really music here, so we can keep playing drums here. You know, there they had the salsa music that they put the Afro-beat in. So if you listen to the salsa music now, you start hearing, you say, oh, they just said Chango, they just said Oshun. They sing to the Orisha in most salsa music.
What's the Orisha again? Is that the deity?
Yeah, the Orisha are the Yoruba deities.
It's plural. It's plural.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like fish.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. When you say fishes. Okay. So can you do me a favor? Can you play something on this? What is this one?
This is the conga.
Oh, okay, done.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey. Yeah. Can you guys do a little something? And then can you throw in a shout out to Afro-DeeziakTV in the mix?
Okay, let's do something.
Yeah. That was vibing.
I know, right?
Oh, that's how you make that sound.
Take your big
Oh, see that?
Oh, yeah.
that much.
Oh my God, that's such a beautiful voice. I don't know how you go all the way up there. My voice is cracking. I'm not a singer.
Afro-Deeziak TV, we are Ogunlano Music, and it has been a pleasure.
www.ogunlanomusic.com. OGUNLANO music.
MU